Hello, hello. Greetings and whatnot. Hope you're all doing well. I have found some...
I work with my mom.
By the best black.
It's fun.
We're here for a very short amount of time. I hope you enjoy whatever we do tonight. It's going to be very short, very sweet. But especially very sweet. We're going to find a secluded bench over here. Somewhere. Where's the secluded bench? I don't know. There it is. Just in this quaint little spot. We're going to sit on this bench. And we're going to tell a few stories. Let's see. What sort of stories do we have available to ourselves at this time? Skyrim books console. Not that one. Okay, Dunhilgrun's Tomb Golder's letter. Nope, don't need that. I don't need this. Anything of this. Good question. Let's turn off the music in the game. Verily I say unto you. And away we go. Okay, let's see. What are we up against? We're going to do one or two stories. Let's see, what are we up against? Sun's dawn, sun's dusk, sun's height. I think we'll do sun's dusk first. 1 ace 3. Sun's Dusk, Book 11 of 2920, The Last Year of the First Era, by Karlovac Townway. We shall see soon about that. To Sun's Dusk, 2920, Tel Arun, Morrowind. A man to see you, Night Mother, said the guard. A Kothringi tribesman who presents his credentials as Lord Zook of Black Marsh, part of the Imperial garrison of Gideon. What makes you think I'd have even the slightest possible interest in seeing him? Asked the Night Mother with venomous sweetness. He brings a letter from the late Empress of the Cyrodiilic Empire. Hello, Foxgloves. Welcome on in. Thanks for being here. We are having a busy day, she smiled, clapping her hands together with delight. Show him in! Zook entered the chamber. His metallic skin, though exposed only at his face and hands, caught the light of the fireplace and the lightning of the stormy night from the window. The Night Mother noted also that she could see herself as he saw her, serene, beautiful, a sphere, fear-inspiring. He handed her his letter from the Empress without a word. Sipping her wine, she read it. The Duke of Morrowind has also offered me an appreciable sum to have the Emperor murdered earlier this year, she said, folding the letter. His payment sunk and never was delivered. It was a considerable annoyance, particularly as I had already gone to the trouble of putting one of my agents into the palace. Why should I assume that your more than generous payment from a dead woman will arrive? I brought it with me, said Zook simply. It is in the carriage outside. Then bring it in, and our business is complete, smiled the Night Mother. The Emperor will be dead by year's end. You may leave the gold with Alpaladith, unless you'd care for some wine. Zook declined the offer and withdrew. The moment he left the room, Miramor slipped noiselessly back from behind the dark tapestry. The Night Mother offered him a glass of wine, and he accepted it. I know that fellow, Zook, said Miramor carefully. I didn't know he worked for the old Empress, though. Let's talk about you some more, if you don't mind, she said, knowing he would, in fact, not mind. Let me show you my worth, said Miramor. Let me be the one to do the Emperor in. I've already killed his son, and you saw there how well I can hide myself away. Tell me you saw one ripple in the tapestry. The Night Mother smiled. Things were falling into place rather nicely. If you know how to use a dagger, you will find him at Bodrum, she said, and described to him what he must do. 3 Suns Dusk 2920, Mournhold, Morrowind. The Duke stared out the window. It was early morning, and for the 4th straight day a red mist hung over the city, flashing lightning. A freakish wind blew through the streets, ripping his flags from the castle battlements, forcing all his people to close their shutters tightly. Something terrible was coming to his land. He was not a greatly learned man, but he knew the signs. So too did his subjects. When will my messengers reach the 3? He growled, turning to his Castellan. Vivek is far to the north, negotiating the treaty with the Emperor, the man said, his voice trembling with fear. Almalexia and Sotha Sil are in Necrom. Perhaps they can be reached in a few days' time. The Duke nodded. He knew his messengers were fast, but so too was the hand of Oblivion. Grr, bark, bark. 6 Suns Dusk 2920, Bodrum, Morrowind. Torchlight caught in the misting snow gave the place an otherworldly look and quality. The soldiers from both camps found themselves huddled together around the largest of the bonfires, winter bringing enemies of 80 of warring close together. While only a few of the Dunmer guard could speak Cyrodiilic, they found common ground battling for warmth. when a pretty red-garbed maiden passed into their midst to warm herself before moving back to the treaty tent, many a man from both armies raised their eyes in approval. The Emperor Roman III was eager to leave negotiations before they had ever begun. A month earlier, he thought it would be a sign of goodwill to meet at the site of his defeat to Vivek's army. But the place brought back more bad memories than he thought it would. Despite the protestations of potentate Versailles that the rocks of the river were naturally red, he could swear he saw splatters of his soldiers' blood. "We have all the particulars of the treaty," he said, taking a glass of hot Yule from his mistress' quarter. "But here and now is not the place for signing. We should do it at the Imperial Palace, with all the pomp and splendor this historic occasion demands. You must bring Almalexia with you, too, and that wizard fellow." "So that's it," whispered the potentate. "When?" asked Vivek with infinite patience. "In exactly a month's time," said the Emperor, smiling munificently and clambering awkwardly to his feet. "We will hold a grand hall to commemorate. Now I must take a walk. My legs are all cramped up with the weather. Corda, my dear, will you walk with me?" "Of course, Your Imperial Majesty," she said, helping him toward the tent's entrance. "Would you like me to come with you as well, Your Imperial Majesty?" asked Versailles. "Or I?" asked King Drosel of Senchal, a newly appointed advisor to the court. "That won't be necessary. I won't be gone a minute," said Roman. Miramor crouched in the same rushes he had hidden in nearly 8 months before. Now the ground was hard and snow-covered, and the rushes slick with ice. Every slight movement he made issued forth a crunch. If it were not for the raucous songs of the combined Morrowind and Imperial army gathered around the bonfire, he would not have dared creep as close to the Emperor and his concubine. They were standing at the curve in the frozen creek below the bluff, surrounded by trees sparkling with ice. Carefully Miramor removed the dagger from its sheath. He had slightly exaggerated his abilities with a short blade to the Night Mother. True, he had used one to cut the throat of Prince Juilek, but the lad was not in any position to fight back at the time. Still, how difficult could it be to stab an old man with one eye? What sort of blade skill would such an easy assassination require? His ideal moment presented itself before his eyes. The woman saw something deeper in the woods, an icicle of an unusual shape, she said, and darted off to get it. The Emperor remained behind, laughing. He turned to the face of the bluff to see his soldiers singing their song's refrain, his back to his assassin. Miramor knew the moment had come. Mindful of the sound of his footfall on the icy ground, he stepped forward and struck very nearly. Almost simultaneously he was aware of a strong arm holding back his striking arm and another one punching a dagger into his throat. He could not scream. The Emperor, still looking up at the soldiers, never saw Miramor pulled back into the brush, and a hand much more skilled than his slicing into his back, paralyzing him. Ow! His blood pooling out and already crystallizing on the frozen ground, Miramor watched dying as the Emperor and his courtesan returned to join the camp up on the bluff. 12 Suns Dusk 2920 Mournhold Morrowind. A gout of ever-erupting flame was all that remained of the central courtyard of Castle Mournhold, blasting skyward into thick, boiling clouds. A thick, tarry smoke rolled through the streets, igniting everything that was wood or paper on fire. Winged bat-like creatures harried the citizens from their hiding places out into the open, where they were met by the real army. The only thing that kept all of Mournhold from burning to the ground was the wet, sputtering blood of its people. Mehrunes Dagon smiled as he surveyed the castle crumbling. "To think I nearly didn't come," he said aloud, his voice booming over the chaos. "Imagine missing all this fun." His attention was arrested by a needle-thin shaft of light piercing through his black and red-shadowed sky. He followed it to its source, 2 figures, a man and a woman, standing on the hill above town. The man in the white robe he recognized immediately as Sotha Sil, the sorcerer who had talked all the princes of Oblivion into that meaningless truce. Ah, I'm glad you like my voice. Thank you. "If you've come from the Duke of Mournhold, he isn't here," laughed Mehrunes Dagon. "But you might find pieces of him the next time it rains." "Daedra, we cannot kill you," said Almalexia, her face hard and resolute. "But that you will soon regret. But that you shall soon regret." With that, 2 living gods and a prince of Oblivion engaged in battle on the ruins of Mournhold. 17 Sun's Dusk 2920 Tel Arun Morrowind. "Night Mother," said the guard. "Correspondence from your agent in the Imperial Palace." The Night Mother read the note carefully. The test had been a success. Miramor had been successfully detected and slain. The Emperor was in very unsafe hands. The Night Mother responded immediately. 18 Sun's Dusk 2920 Balmora Morrowind. Sotha Sil, faced solemn and unreadable, greeted Vivek at the Grand Plaza in front of his palace. Vivek had ridden day and night after hearing about the battle in his tent in Bodrum, crossing mile after mile, cutting through the dangerous ground of Dagoth-Ur at blinding speed. To the south, during all the course of the voyage, he could see the whirling red clouds and knew that the battle was continuing day after day. In Nisus, he met a messenger from Sotha Sil asking him to meet at Balmora. "Where is Almalexia?" "Inside," said Sotha Sil warily. There was a long, ugly gash running across his jaw. "She's gravely injured. But Mehrunes Dagon will not return from Oblivion for many a moon." Almalexia lay on a bed of silk, tended to by Vivek's own healers. Her face, even her lips, was grey as stone, and blood stained through the gauze of her bandages. Vivek took her cold hand. Almalexia's mouth moved wordlessly. She was dreaming. She was battling Mehrunes Dagon again amid a firestorm. All around her, the blackened husk of a castle crumbled, splashing sparks into the night sky. The Daedra's claws dug into her belly, spreading poison through her veins, while Almalexia throttled him. As she sank to the ground beside her defeated foe, she saw that the castle consumed by fire was not Castle Mournhold. It was the Imperial Palace. 24 Sun's Dusk, 2920. The Imperial City, Cyrodiil. A winter gale blew over the city, splashing the windows and glass domes of the Imperial Palace. Quivering light rays illuminated the figures within in surreal patterns. The Emperor barked orders to his staff in preparations for the banquet and ball. This was what he enjoyed best, more than battle. King Drozel was supervising the entertainment, having strong opinions on the matter. The Emperor himself was arranging the details of the dinner. Roast nebfish, vegetable marrow, cream soups, buttered halarak, cod scrum, tongue in aspic. Potentate Versidue Shai had made a few suggestions of his own, but the tastes of the Akaviri were very peculiar. The Lady Corda accompanied the Emperor to his chambers as night fell. The year is concluded. In Evening Star. That was a bit awkward at the end, but okay. That's Sun's Dusk version 11. Hope you enjoyed it. Let's go find something to do, right? Let's go kill a dragon.
Well met, kinsman.
Well met, kidsman. To you too, also as well, in tandem at the same time.
Come to chat. Do your good deed for the day.
Hello, Lilith Maiden Loom. I love you.
What are you? I'm not afraid of you. No. Even if you are my elder.
Alright, kiddo. Whatever.
I'm the commander of the guard here in Whiterun.
Okay.
Later. You should talk to Adrian at the forge.
Alright, bye. So I hope you enjoyed that story. I did not know it would be like that long, but that's really cool. You loved it a lot. They're very cool. So as you're listening to this music and having listened to me playing Guild Wars, you know this the same composer, right? Mm-hmm. Very good. Alright, we're gonna hit this dragon with a sword that does the cheating super damage of 5,854 damage. Let's go.
Dragon right now. It sure looks like he's been. I know it looks bad. We've got.
I'm really sorry for how loud this music is. Hold on.
To figure out what happened. And if
Yeah,
that dragon
it's
is
the same composer.
skulking around somewhere. Spread out and look for survivors. We need.
I love how my shield is like bouncing on my chin. You can see the shield bouncing on my chin. It's very cool.
No, get back. It's still here somewhere. Rocky and Todd just got grabbed when they tried to make a run for it.
You're bald, but that's okay.
Kinneret, save us. Here he comes again.
Find cover and make every arrow count.
Well, well. Another maggot squad.
Alright, we're cheating, we're cheating, we're cheating, we're cheating. Look, get cheated on. Get cheated. My super sword did the thing. Ah. Use the shout section of the magic menu to equip your unrelenting force shout. Cool, we're shouting now. Cool skeleton. Very much agree. Okay.
I can't believe it. You're Dragonborn.
You are Dragonborn? What do you mean?
In the very oldest tales, back from when there were still dragons in Skyrim, the Dragonborn would slay dragons and steal their power. That's what you did, isn't it? Absorb the dragon's power.
I think you may be right.
There's only one way to find out. Try to shout. According to the old legends, only the Dragonborn can shout without training, the way the dragons do.
Dragon? What are you talking about?
That's right. My grandfather used to tell stories about the Dragonborn. Those born with the dragon blood in them. Like old Tiber Septim himself.
I've never heard of Tiber Septim killing any dragons.
There weren't any dragons then, idiot. They're just coming back now for the first time.
They're
in
just coming
forever.
back now for the first
But the old
time.
tales say
Forever.
the dragons
I'll
want
be
to
back.
kill dragons and steal their power. You must be one.
What do you say, Irla? You're being awfully quiet. Come on, Irla.
That's all you got.
You believe in this Dragonborn business?
I said
Some of
foos
you
to
would
them
be
all.
better off keeping quiet than flapping your gums on matters you don't know anything about. Here's a dead dragon, and that's something I definitely understand. Now we know we can kill them.
Now we
I
know we
don't
can
need
kill them.
Some mythical dragonborn. Someone who can put down a dragon is more than enough for me.
You wouldn't understand, Housecarl. You ain't a gnome.
You ain't to know it.
The crop.
Ah, yeah. I'm not coughing, you're coughing.
Tamriel. I've seen plenty of things just as outlandish as this. I'd advise you all to trust in the strength of your sword arm over tales and legends.
Trust in the
That was
strength of your
shouting,
sword
what
arm.
you just did. Must be. You really are Dragonborn then. We taught that dragon not to mess with Whiterun, didn't we?
Alright, well. Faut sortir. That was a kind of fun fight, right? Yay. That was a fun story night slash story time, right? We gotta figure out how to like embed this into like people going to bed and like cuddling up to their blankets and whatnot and just like having a good night and just like having someone read a story to them. I gotta figure out how to make that happen. Dovahkiin! Thunderstrike.
Look, you already have been told you're not allowed here. Turn around and go back the way you came.
We're causing no trouble. All we ask is to look for her.
I don't care what you're doing. After what happened, you're lucky I don't toss you in jail. Now get lost.
We will be back. This is not over.
This is not over.
You there. We're looking for someone in Whiterun. We will pay good money for information.
Who are you looking for?
A woman, a foreigner in these lands. Redguard, like us. She is likely not using her true name. We will pay for any information regarding her location. We are not welcome here in Whiterun, so we will be in Rorikstead if you learn anything.
Rorikstead. I'm from Rorikstead. A Nord's last thoughts should be of home. These people are from the same place the guy who died by being shot with the arrow at the beginning of the cutscene. Oh, that's kind of sad. I didn't notice that before. They're from the same town. That the one guy who's like, I'm not a thief. You can't catch me. Archers. Pew. Why are you looking for this person?
It's none of your concern. All you need to know is that we're paying for information. If that doesn't interest you, feel free to walk away.
Okay, who are we looking for again?
We're looking for a fugitive who comes from Hammerfell. A Redguard woman. She may be somewhere in this city.
Okay, well, have fun.
She cannot hide from us forever.
Yep, bye. I love your sword, by the way. Nice. Nice blade, you know? Bleh. Nice blade. Okay, one more book. Can we have a short book? Oh, what about the Argonian Maid? Hold on. We're gonna sit on this bench. And we're gonna look up Argonian. Alright, it's the Lusty Argonian Maid. I hope you love this book. It's amazing. The Lusty Argonian Maid, Volume 1, by Crassius Curio. Act 4, Scene 3 continued. Lifts her tail. That's her name, is Lifts her tail. Certainly not, kind sir. I am here but to clean your chambers. Crantius Colto. Is that all you have come here for, little one? My chambers? Lifts her tail. I have no idea what it is you imply, master. I am but a poor Argonian maid. Crantius Colto. So you are, my dumpling, and a good one at that. Such strong legs and shapely tail. You embarrass me, sir. Fear not, you are safe here with me. Lifts her tail. I must finish my cleaning, sir. The mistress will have my head if I do not. Crantius Colto. Cleaning, hey? I have something for you. Here, polish my spear. But it is huge. It could take me all night. Plenty of time, my sweet. Plenty of time. End of Act 4, Scene 3. Alright, we're done. We're done. It's fine. Don't worry about it. Taha. Taha. Well, I hope you had a wonderful evening. We had a wonderful 35 minutes of streaming tonight. I've got to go. I really hope you like. Do you like the ambiance and like the atmosphere? Like, this is kind of cute, right? It's very adventurous, and the trees are very pretty, and they're waving like that. That was amazing. Flick's tail. Ooh woo. Very cool. All right, my boo, my best buddy. Meow. Meow. Have a good night. Thank you for being here tonight. I had a really good time. Really short but like sweet stream. We'll do some more another day. Farewell.